year ago, I had the opportunity to be in China and I visited we are visiting laser source factories, the heart of the machines we sell. I personally visited Raikus, BWT, and other companies that manufacture these critical sources. One of the questions I asked was, hey, last year regarding these 100,000 watt sources, how many did you sell? He told me a number like around 300. And of those 300, how many went to Latin America? No, we don't send much to Latin America. I think 2. And I said, 2? That can be possible. Where are the rest of the sources? It turns out that more than 80% of all laser sources over 40,000 watts, these incredibly high power ones, actually stay right here in the Chinese market. That is to say, very little of this technology goes out for export, which is quite significant. And when it is exported, it goes to Germany, the United States, or Brazil, or well, one of these powers that have industries where they really require this technology. And these numbers help explain news like this. China creates a massive 15-meter steel ring and 150 tons that exceeds 1,000 degrees in temperature. This news is actually from 2019. It has recently become a bit of a trend, but it actually refers to a specialized ring that has no welds at all. It is a completely solid piece that is used in 4th-generation nuclear reactors. These types of gigantic rings are also used in wind turbines. But curiously, this year, in 2026, the record was broken again with a 21-meter ring. Hey, and what does this have to do with anything? Well, in Europe, the maximum that is generally manufactured is 10 meters, and in the United States, 7 meters. So of course, when you see this kind of news, you understand that most heavy industry is in China, so the numbers make sense. And it's because these industries that move a lot of money have the capital to be able to invest in this type of technology. Here, in this chart, you can see the price difference of laser sources from 1,500 to 250,000 watts, where clearly machines that exceed $1 million are generally destined for these countries specifically. Unfortunately, in Latin America, most of the machines that are imported or marketed are less than 20,000 watts due to the cost, obviously, but that is about to change. Today, there is a new technology that it officially breaks the $1 million barrier. This innovative technology is known as laser flame cutting, and it represents a truly massive untapped opportunity for businesses across Latin America. It's a technology that combines laser and oxy-fuel cutting. First, oxy-fuel cutting is a very long-standing technology that basically is capable of generating a powerful flame at 3,000 degrees Celsius, and with that flame generated essentially by a consumable gas like acetylene, propane, or natural gas. And by using an active gas like oxygen, we are able to melt the material. Yes, we can even find this technology at our neighbor's place, because generally an oxy-cutting kit can cost about $200. And if we don't have the tanks, well, perhaps a $1,000 investment could be the answer that we have to make, and we'll have a complete kit available so you can fully utilize this technology. That's the oxy-cutting process. Now let's move on to the laser. The laser is another totally different technology that concentrates an intense beam of light so strong that it's capable of melting steel. This technology, we are specialists in fact. That's why our name is FORZA Laser. And well, honestly, we have a million videos already talking about this topic, so I really won't dwell too much on this specific part. Laser flame cutting effectively joins these two distinct technologies together and gives us the absolute best of each of them in one single piece of equipment. And we're going to see part by part what those advantages are. First, let's talk about piercing. Piercing is widely considered one of the biggest challenges in oxy cutting. Here, I'm going to show you 2 videos. In the first one, we're cutting 25 millimeters or 1 full inch using the laser technology. Our flame cutting technology takes only 5 seconds. In the second video, we are looking at a 4-inch piece, which is exactly 100 millimeters, and that is where the laser flame comes in. This cutting method gets the job done in just 8 seconds. In those 8 seconds, it pierces the material, which is a stark contrast to oxy cutting. Oxy cutting requires a full minute and a half just to preheat the material. And then, yes, it still takes 15 seconds to pierce. In this case, we're talking about a process 12 times faster, which is a major advantage. Moving on to the second benefit, heating of parts in laser processing. The heat-affected zone is much smaller than in oxy-cutting because the light beam is incredibly precise. The heat-affected zone is much thinner and the affected area is drastically reduced. In contrast with oxy-cutting, we can see areas up to 10 times more affected. Since the oxy-cutting process is quite slow, the initial piercing step takes more time. The entire part has to heat up for a significantly longer time, so the heat-affected zone, or HAZ, will be quite high. Laser flame cutting, however, concentrates the energy right in the middle. It is true that it heats up a bit, but not nearly as much as traditional oxy-cutting. The third major advantage of this technology is the superior quality of the edge finish. In oxy-cutting, we have spectacular quality. It really is just like cutting through butter with a hot knife. The surface remains quite smooth, which is a noticeable difference compared to when we only use a laser. In laser cutting, no matter how much power we actually have, well, we are always going to have some small lines appear, especially when we are cutting with air. And here the laser takes the prize. It is simply because it uses that unique oxy-cutting finish. Now we're going to talk about thicknesses and speeds. Currently, in laser flame cutting, we only have the configuration with a power output of 20,000 watts focused into 20 millimeters. We can reach a cutting speed of 3 meters per minute. When using air, the process is standard. However, if we switch to oxygen, we can reach a material thickness of 50 millimeters with a cutting speed of 0.3 meters per minute. The machine operates just like a traditional laser system. That's a great advantage because it's not like we lose something that a laser machine usually has. It's just that when I want to go to greater thicknesses, the machine sort of transforms or evolves to be able to cut those thicknesses and uses oxy-cutting with the laser and can cut with piercings up to 180 millimeters at a speed of 0.18 meters per minute. We are talking about a length of more than 6 inches and it is done without any piercing. This means I have to start measuring from the edge going up to 200 millimeters at a speed of 0.15 meters per minute. That is the absolute maximum thickness we are able to achieve with this machine. Now, let us move on to compare the speeds. In this graph, we can clearly see that the laser cutting speed is significantly higher in thin thicknesses, and this is key to our laser flame technology. Cutting, why? Because it hasn't lost that laser characteristic. Let's remember that our machine will continue to behave like a laser, so that's an advantage for us. And if you notice, from 60 millimeters on, the speeds are actually almost similar. Here, the great advantage of our technology is that it will continue cutting thick materials with the best quality. Perpendicularity is also a very important point that we need to consider here. In this table, we can clearly see that the manufacturing process with the greatest angle difference is oxy-cutting. Then, quite obviously, the laser cutting process does have a significantly better finish if we used it for thick materials, but let's remember that the investments will be totally high. And in the laser, well, it's in the middle. We're talking 0.3 to 0.8 degrees. And this is generally important when we have to join parts or do subsequent welding processes. And this perpendicularity can be resolved to have a quality that's almost perfect between the surface and the edge using the bevel cut. But I'll explain that to you later. And one of the most important advantages is the investment. Let's say we have to cut 200 millimeters of mild steel. If we only wanted to do it with a laser, we're going to have to shell out more than $1 million because we need a laser of at least 100,000 watts. But today, with this new technology, I can do it with just 20,000 watts and with an investment of less than $350,000. We are talking about a savings of at least 1/3 of the price. And in this summary table, we have outlined all the key advantages of our new technology. There are only 2 points where laser is still winning, but definitely, due to the investment amount, laser flame cutting remains the best option. And at this point, maybe you have the money and you say, I want to buy one of these machines now. But there are a few things you should know before you dive in and start buying. First, the gas requirements. To be able to cut with this technology, we are going to use propane. We don't use acetylene because it can cause a flashback, which is a flame backflow effect that can be explosive. These specific fuel gases are actually quite dangerous to handle, so we really have to take precautions regarding exactly where they are placed. We also use oxygen, specifically at both 6 bars and 3 bars of pressure. As a result, the oxygen consumption is relatively high. If we use 8 cubic meter or 10 cubic meter bottles, which are the common ones, we could be using up to about 4 bottles in a day, working all day long. So the recommendation is to go ahead and use a liquid oxygen tank for this. You should buy this technology with the bevel cut option, which is this specific option where the machine head can rotate on 2 separate axes to precisely achieve these Y-type cuts, K-type or inclined cuts, which are absolutely essential for working with thick materials. Certain industries really need it, and another key benefit of the bevel cut is being able to compensate for this small deviation angle that the cut naturally has, and that way we can achieve a perfect perpendicular cut between the surface and the edge. And what you also need to know is that at FORZA Laser, we make sure to use the very best technology that is currently available on the market. Today, our equipment has smart calibration, advanced bevel cutting, tilt compensation, edge beveling, and a ton of sensors to ensure that your machine will be working 24/7. We have even added a camera that scans all the pieces. It intelligently identifies the scraps left on the machine and utilizes those materials as functional work pieces, so you can utilize up to 100% of your material. Now let's look at the applications in Latin America. There are also some industries that can use this technology, like shipbuilding or the bridge or hydrocarbon industries. And here I want to talk about some clients who have already bought this technology in Mexico and Latin America. One of them, it was actually needed to make a diagonal perforation right through the center of a thick 2-inch steel plate. Making this specific type of perforation with CNC systems is relatively slow. Milling machines that have to be absolutely gigantic often struggle to keep up or somehow have to be portable. We actually did a couple of test samples and managed to successfully make a clean perforation with a diameter of 38 millimeters at a precise 30-degree angle. Look at the video. The finish is spectacular, and when the client saw this demonstration video, he bought it without hesitation. And just like this client, there are a lot of other applications that need this technology. And now let's go with the frequently asked questions from our clients. Hey, I noticed that this technology generates quite a lot of sparks compared to lasers. Yes, indeed. And this can actually damage the head. The head comes with a pressure protection system. There is oxygen that comes out at 6 bars, and that prevents any particle from entering the head and damaging it. 2. Is it possible for you to update or adapt this specific technology to a machine that I already own? The answer, unfortunately, is no. First, because the process can be very expensive. This technology requires special heads, 5-axis systems, new controllers, so the best option is a new investment. And if you've made it this far, it's because you really love technology as much as we do. Subscribe so you can receive notifications when we release more videos of this technology, or if you want to buy now, you can write to us and an advisor will assist you to resolve any doubt. That has been all. See you. Bye.